Today we're at Etowah Indian mounds, derived from Etowah meaning town. South of Cartersville, Georgia, and on 54 acres of land, it was built between 1000 and 1550 AD. Etowah Chief. This is the most intact Mississippian site in the southeast.
No drones.
No drones. Man, this is nice. Look at this.
I love dioramas.
We paid the $6 each to get in, and the first thing that caught our eye was this diorama. It shows how it would have looked back in the day. Little cornfields. Man, that is neat. It was quite impressive.
We should walk down and see the river.
Oh, maybe.
Is that it right there with the bridges?
Maybe. I honestly have no idea. However, we will get to the river.
Yeah. I want to see the river.
You want to see the river?
Yeah. Do you want to look at the exhibits?
Oh, exhibits. Neat. The exhibits are very impressive too. De Soto. In May 1539, Hernando De Soto arrived on the west coast of Florida near present-day Bradenton with over 620 men and 220 horses. He began a 3-year journey into the southern interior of North American continent. Numerous archaeologists and historians have examined historical documents and archaeological evidence to discover and map his route across the South. As they traveled across the interior, these explorers fought battles, claimed captives, stole from and traded with the native peoples they encountered. Some of these Spaniards died, some became lost, others were wounded, and some left their countrymen and lived with the tribes they encountered along the way. They left behind and lost items that helped archaeologists identify their route of passage.
Daddy.
Everyday life here. Routine household items. All kinds of ceremonial artifacts. From what I've read, these were the ancestors of the Muskogee Creek peoples that emerged later on. They were, of course, later on pushed out by the Cherokee. Cult leaders in mock combat. Cool. I guess mock combat was pretty important. It was like maneuvers. You always have to be ready. Wow, look at these decorative necklaces. Look at the handiwork. So intricately carved. Fun.
Very fun.
Why is it so dark?
It's super dark in here. It's for the preservation of the artifacts.
Let me see if I can lighten this up a bit. There's that. We're gonna do this. Will that make it all weird?
I don't know. Brian.
All right, we'll go with that. I can lighten that up. Okay, thanks. Symbolic objects and ritual. Body painting for ceremonies involved many symbols. Local mineral pigments were mixed on stone palettes such as this one. Nice palette. Ceremonial weapon. Many objects were thought to have supernatural powers and contributed to successful ceremonies. Wooden rattle.
Look at the detail of that carving. Excavations began in the early 20th century, and there are 5.5 centuries worth of artifacts to find and study.
Look at this one. It's an Indian headdress.
Ooh. Cool.
I guess they don't want lid on it all the time.
Oh yeah, because it probably damages it.
You have to constantly push the light
Wow.
button.
Hit that light for me again there, sweetheart. And again. I get it, museum people. I get it. One more time. One more time. That's very interesting. That's good. The eagle being.
That sounds ominous.
Bit arrow, which some believe was a symbol derived from the spear thrower or atlatl worn as part of a headdress. Ear discs. Fragments, replica of wooden mask. Mica ornaments. Look at this. So this was their
This was quite a layout.
I guess there's 6 mounds. I think it's on this paper too.
Mound A was a ceremonial platform mound. The chief priest resided. Mound B was a second platform mound, possibly for the residence of a lower chief. Mound C was a platform mound that was enlarged several times. Buildings on such mounds were often ossuaries for the remains of the elite of the society of the community. Mound D, E, and F, these were residential mounds for revered village leaders or craftsmen. The plaza, sometimes called the square ground, was a ceremonial gathering area set aside in the center of the village, adjacent to the mounds. Activities that took place in the plaza included village gatherings, celebrations, business meetings, trading, and some games of ceremonial significance. It's just interesting. That's where the rich people lived, and that's where the commoners lived.
To put it very simply.
Because no matter the society, there is always a big distinction between the elite rich and the common folks.
Then an interesting display.
This is fairly ghastly. What is going on in here?
These are the real ones.
Wow.
9, 10, 11. Only 11.
Did they stick bodies in these things?
I guess they're just effigies. They're kept in mortuary temples.
These spectacular marble effigy figures of a man and woman were covered at the very edge of Mount C. The way they were broken hinted to archaeologists of a momentous event in the life of Etowah. We shall never know what happened, but archaeologist Dr. Lewis Larson and artist Joe Dudick recreated a moment in time at Etowah. 125-pound figures, wow.
It's always interesting to hear of the accounts of people who are also long gone. 16th century Spanish accounts.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery.
From the elite ceremonial stuff all the way down to the common people's houses. They've got it all. Bits of ancient fabric. It always amazes me what these people are able to find, what has survived.
We are now going to look at the mounds.
Next time, we go and look at the mounds.
You okay?
I live here now.